Because enlightenment means no person. We are already free in that sense. I actually started already when I was 14. I want to know the truth of life before I die. This is deeper than religion actually. Awakening is to see that all is one. Stop all exercises, that is advice.
Christor, I just met you because of many people have spoken all around about you in this small village. There is one person who has enlightenment. You're kind of legend here. But how you became to be such a legend? How you became to be enlightened person?
Firstly, there is no one enlightened. Because enlightenment means no person. There is no person getting enlightened ever. It is to see that there is no separation. There is no separate me getting enlightened.
And does it mean so everybody can be in your place?
Everybody, no, it's not everybody then, right? Not a person, but enlightenment state, because that is already in everybody inside. It's already there. We are already free in that sense. It's something which is just hiding it from being seen.
Okay, but I would like to know the story how it became to be. Is it just your character like this, or you just woke up once, think I can translate a flow from universe or from the world, and or how it became to be, how people can start to come to you?
I actually started already when I was 14.
14, 1-4.
Yeah, 1-4. Because there was an awakening experience happening then. It lasted for a couple of weeks. And I didn't know what it was because in my country they never speak about this. You know, Buddha, end of list. Nothing else. They never speak about this in my country. So what happened, I didn't know what was happening. But an idea came in my head that this is something real. This is not some kind of experience only, some kind of hallucination. This is something real, what is seen here. So the thought came, I want to know about this. I want to know the truth of life before I die. That started the whole thing already when I was 14. So I became studies in philosophy. I became PhD in philosophy. I wrote my thesis about enlightenment. I began meditation when I was 21 years old. And I have been with 4 teachers, so-called enlightened teachers, and being with them. At the end, I came to the situation that I have to throw away all the books. I have to throw away all the practices, just be with myself. I ended up in the south of India a long time later, and it happened there.
What exactly happened there?
Well, what happened was that after stopping all the exercises, stopping all the meditation, stopping all the thinking about enlightenment, stopping all the books, stopping all the satsangs, stopping and admitting that I don't know how to do this. That was a very important step to realize that I've been trying to do it and fix, to get this awakened true state for 30 years, but that was based on a doing from my side, trying to fix it, listen to the thinking which is suggesting how to do it. I just realized that this guy up there, he doesn't know anything about this. He's just trying to help, but he's just guessing. So he came to a stop. He came to a stop when there was nothing to do. No suggestion came from the thinking. There was a stop coming in his head also. And I was sitting for 4 days in this state, or not doing anything. Some kind of meditation happening, which we are now called non-doing meditation, which means just sitting there, allowing the moment to be as it is, not interested in something specific arising, doing absolutely nothing. So I was sitting in that state for 4 days. I went to an Indian teacher who did some kind of activation on me every day for just 1 minute each time. Then after 4 days, it's just happened. It's just attention goes to a place inside where I have never been before. But I remember it as the same place when I was 14. And I knew this is it.
How old were you?
I was 61.
61.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been quite a long journey from 21, suddenly. It was the first major shift to awaken. Then more shifts came along the years to follow that. The shift to oneness, shift to state of being, and the shift to total love.
Other question is, so I've seen it coming here, like right on the door, you see picture of Jesus Christ, and it's everywhere. So it is in your hall, it is on the stairs, which are reading people here. Does your God has a name, or it doesn't matter, or what is the story?
It just happens to be that we are renting this house because we like to be here. So I don't never speak in religious terms.
Mm-hmm.
Never. Because I don't think that is helping people. This is for everyone.
For everyone, it doesn't matter what's the name of the God.
It doesn't matter what religion people have. People coming to me is from all religions actually. Christian, Buddhist, Jewish, everything. Islam. Doesn't matter what religion they have, because this is deeper than religion actually. Because the awakened state is to see this beautiful, peaceful, true state of just being without thinking.
Okay, then what awakening is?
Awakening means to become awake what is really true about life. The truth about life is that we are not the responsible person in this story. We may play a role of being a responsible person, but we are not really responsible. There's nothing behind it. So it is to see that there is no separation, because the person responsible means separate me and my problems, me and my doing, me and other people, and so on. So awakening is to see that all is one, that reality in its essential nature is one, not as a philosophy. It's a seeing that it is so, an understanding which is not intellectual.
And enlightenment. In your story, it's a long time process, so it's from 14 to 60. And how is it related to be free? How is it related to freedom? Because my main subject is freedom.
And you are already free. So my long process was totally waste of time. That is why I'm sharing with people my experience because this is a past. Trying to find the freedom is just totally nonsense. It's nothing to find. It's a discovery what is already here. The freedom is already here, shining in everyone. Freedom means freedom from the ego desires, freedom from the obsession that I have to fix, freedom from the protests that we do at the moment, and freedom from the worries. It's freedom from, but it's also freedom to. It's a freedom to be able to be creative, to let this creative thought which are coming in us to be manifested in creative arts and whatever it is, sports or whatever we like to do. So it's own freedom means both freedom from negativity and freedom to live in a natural way and to listen to the creative thoughts arising.
Okay. Actually, this is a very tough subject, freedom, and for each of us, it's politicals. It's a matter of speculation.
But as long as we don't have this freedom state, we maybe will be restricted, because we have psychological issues, right? We will maybe not go kite surfing because we are afraid to do that, right? Something can happen, it's dangerous and so on. So as long as we have these restrictions, we are not really free to do whatever we would like to do. This freedom here we talk about is freedom from all restrictions.
And this is possible to reach
That is already here.
by awakening.
Yeah, that is already available inside. It's just that something is in the way.
So
Some kind of filter is in the way, we don't see
and
that.
this kind of freedom can achieve each of us, every human.
It's already here.
We don't see it.
We don't see it because there's something in
So
the
all
way.
people are free
Yes.
from the born.
Yeah, from the born. I wouldn't say from the born. But if you talk about adult people, because when you're born, you also have to develop, So,
Yeah.
and I will not say that children are enlightened, actually, because they don't know that.
Okay, coming to this subject, freedom is already there, but not each of us recognize they're free.
Very few.
Very few.
Very
And-
few species.
And to realize you are free. So it is your advice to present to be in your class to have or there are something else or something not related to you would be happen to be awakened.
Well, I don't have, so to speak, the general solution for all people. Everybody should come here. I'm just sharing my experiences during the so-called past, right? And I'm not the only one saying this that you're already free. It comes from other people as well, other teachers. But we have a very strong tradition which says that we have to do something to see that we are already free. That is not my view, because that was not my case.
Are there any exercises we have to first?
Stop all exercises. That is advice.
So you can eat whatever you want. So you can drink alcohol. You can smoke joints. You can eat I don't know, using drugs, and just advice is just live your life. Or what then?
That is not what I'm saying, really.
Okay.
Because the truth is trying to break through in us, trying to show itself for us. If we have a longing to know the truth means not something hidden. Truth means only how it really is. It's very simple. How is it really this life, right? And the truth is trying to break through all the time. But it doesn't do so when we are busy. And we are drinking alcohol, smoking joints, or whatever it is, having drugs, right? That is not the way, so to speak. Stillness is important. But there is no exercises for getting still. Because an exercise to get still is already not getting still. Because there is a method there to get still. And then it's not still. That's why we are using a very special method called non-doing meditation. That we are spontaneously getting still without trying to get still. And that stillness, the truth is starting to show itself. That freedom starts to show itself when we are still. But if you are poisoning the brain with all kinds of substances, it's not easy to be still then, because the agitation is actually the opposite. The story is about this discovering what is really about, how it really is. The events in the story is not changed. If you are a kite surfer teacher, you will go on to be that even afterwards. What will change? Because we don't change the story really. We just take, but there is a change in the story as well. Because when the whole psychology is collapsing, there is no me that needs to be fixed. One is seeing that there's no separation, that there is no responsible me in the story. Of course, the whole system relaxes totally. Every moment is seen as complete in itself. But it may happen anytime with anybody. But the experience from human life is, from humanity, that there are some conditions which is very useful for this awakening to happen.
Yeah, I know you do it not only in Goa, you do it worldwide. So you do it in Brooklyn, you do this in Stockholm, you do it probably anywhere else.
Lithuania.
And what would you advice to people who is not able to visit your course? So in a way to be free in your vision of freedom, what should they follow or what they should do daily, daily, monthly, weekly? What do you recommend?
The truth is pushing the button inside everyone. And that is
Constantly.
Constantly, actually, every second. That is not a thought. All this enlightenment seems to be a very nice, interesting subject. Maybe I should buy a book or something about it. Maybe I should go to some kind of yoga class. This is not what is happening really. The pull towards freedom is coming from the inside. It's not a thought. I'm not talking about political freedom now. I'm talking about the absolute freedom, right? The absolute freedom is something else than the story freedom. So the pull is coming towards this, and that it is just happening by itself. That the family feels that I feel so drawn to this freedom, to find this freedom inside myself. Maybe we should take the family and go to India for a while. You see, there is no advice to give generally. It is the truth in each one which is pushing that button of seeking, and then they are finding some way. Sicknesses, pain, we don't move, we have substances we put in and so on. It's very important that the body is not something that we have to care about, that it is in a comfortable state. And then the stillness is coming by itself.
Wow, this is the main story. Actually, it is very fast of the main philosophy. Find a balance between spirituality and material world. So to first to keep the body, mind, to be healthy, and then we have to discover what is real spiritual, what is our universe, and what is material.
From the enlightenment point of view, then, it's only one. Reality is one. This is just concept. There's no material world, there's no spiritual world. It's just what is. Just oneness moving.
It's like a story from I don't know whether you've seen the film Matrix.
Yeah.
So it's when Neo was in the process of awakeness.
Exactly. The universe is a made construction from the thinking. We are constructing the world in all the concepts by the thinking. The reality is just moving. It's just oneness moving.
Well, there's only one reality, but which one is real? So I don't know. And now it is even more complicated with this artificial intelligence coming to our world. So it's, and then the robots. Thank you very much, Chris, for your time.
Thank you. And we can have a following up meeting.
We are two freedom seekers.
When these 1,000 questions are coming in to you, we can have a new meeting to answer them all. So I wish you have a happy life.
I have
a happy and healthy body.
A healthy body.
A clear mind, not too much obsessed by too much thinking, and listen to your heart.